What is going on, everybody? This is Sergio G, PhD, and recently I had gotten back from a short trip to Oregon / Seattle. I went up for a Kraken's game, and I'm working on getting that video together because I'm going to start making some more videos coming up. But during the trip, I did stop out some Blue stores and some other stores just to see if they had any hats or anything that I could try to pick up or anything, because you guys know that yes, I do resell hats that I find along my journeys because I know how hard it is to find a hat. So I do sell my hats that I pick up on my journey sometimes, a lot of the times on eBay. Now for me personally, going through the Blue stores currently and all the other stores and the websites, for me personally, there's not a lot of hats that I really want. I feel like every hat that is currently dropping is coming out with the white sweatband. I have nothing against the white sweatbands, but I don't feel like every hat needs to be inundated with the white sweatband. I don't think every hat that comes out needs to be very fashionable or necessarily go with, a pair of shoes. And lastly, I don't believe that every hat that comes out has to have a catchy nickname or name. I know some hat collections, they kind of gain their own name over popularity, but it seems like nowadays whenever a hat collection drops, we have to automatically have a name for it. And I understand you need it for like marketing or like reselling, but some of the names that are coming out, I'm going to be honest guys, I get confused because I'm like, haven't I heard that name before? Didn't they use that name in another sort of way? So with that being said, there hasn't been a lot of hats that I'm looking to really pick up. The one hats I want to pick up is some Marvel Avengers hats that they did. There are a lot of teams, about 96, 92 teams did a Marvel crossover with the minor league teams, and I think those hats are really cool, so I'm going to start picking up some of those hats. So in the meantime, picked up some hats along the way. Thought I would show them off just in case you guys never seen them. What I did though is I separated the hats into like dad hats / flex fits. The second video is going to be like snapbacks. And then the third video is going to be fitteds. Out of all the hats that I picked up, I think I realistically kept 2 out of the bunch. And then I picked up a few hats from some of the stores that I went to that I didn't necessarily buy sales hats. Like when I went to the Kraken Arena, I picked up a Kraken hat. I did go to the Tacoma Rainiers team shop. I picked up a couple hats from there, and I'll be doing a video on those here down the line. So without further ado guys, let's get on to the video. Let's take a look at these hats. I know these hats aren't for everybody. I like to think of myself as a well-rounded hat collector and hat knowledgeist, and I know a little bit about all these hats that I picked up, and I do know there's a lot of people that actually like these kind of hats. So this is a well-rounded hat channel, so if this is what you like, then here you go. And that is the reason why I am wearing this hat right here, this Volcom hat, because it's actually very comfortable flex fit that I got a couple years ago, and I just like wearing it once in a while because it's a very comfortable hat. So not every hat that you wear has to be a fitted. I just prefer counting in my collection only hats that are fitteds, and I don't count snapbacks or anything else. But I do wear other hats because I am not, as some people say out there, I am not a hat snob. So let's go guys, let's check out some hats. And some of these hats you probably haven't seen because you haven't really thought about picking any of them up because they're not your particular sport. So that's what I'm also here for. So let's go. Now, of course, I pick up doubles usually, sometimes quadruples and so on. It's just, if the price is good, I always pick them up. Sometimes, I'll hold on to the hats for a while before I start to sell. But eventually, at the end of the day, it's all fun, and so that's why I do it. But the first hat I will show you guys, I actually kept one of these hats because I actually think this is a really nice hat. So I did keep one of these hats for myself. But we got, bam, we got a Seattle Kraken. This is a Pro Fanatics snapback hat. I did keep one of these hats for my collection. I like the teal right there, or the mint color right there. You got the navy, you got the red, like that Ralph Lauren kind of look, and you got their nice logo with some white. You got some white mesh right there. It looks good. On the side, it says Seattle Kraken Hockey. If you guys don't know, the Kraken are in their second season of hockey up in Seattle. And for the most part, right now, they are doing pretty good. Seattle, Washington has an NHL logo on the back. Got a navy snap. See, this one has a nice gray sweatband. Has a little paper on here. You got the white UV, and you got your brimmed curve right here, so already set up. So picked up a few of these. Yes, that's how many I picked up on those ones. So there you go. Next hat I picked up is another Kraken hat, just different coloring. You know, this one's got the light gray and the darker gray, and then it's the same thing. Snapback, says Kraken Hockey. By the way, this line, let me see what this line is called. This line is called the, this doesn't make sense, so I'm not sure why this would be the name, but it just says 2021 NHL second season trucker hat. So that is the name on that one, so there you go. This one is a white Seattle Kraken's hat with the basic S. This one is a Velcro adjustable back. This one is called the NHL Fanatics Core Adjustment. I've seen these with the football hats, so very similar to the footballs. This one has actually a black sweatband, which is kind of interesting because, you know, if you think about it, with this being all white hat already, what do you want to just give it a white sweatband just for the kicks? So there you go. Next hat we got is a all navy Seattle Kraken's mesh trucker style snapback hat. This one actually I personally think looks very good. This one actually is a Carhartt, so I didn't know brand 47 had a relationship with Carhartt, but they do. I've seen 49er hats in the past, Raider hats in the past, Carhartt edition, but they were like in the beige color. They were 47s, but they were beige, like a typical Carhartt type of clothing wear usually is, at least with pants and stuff. But the fact it's in the team colors and it's Carhartt, there you go. And I know that with the 49ers and the Raiders hat in my local area, with it being Carhartt, they were actually very popular selling items. And then they also had beanies that people loved. Next hat, and I know somebody out there is going to like this one. We got a 47 MVP cleanup, kind of vintage style. This one is called the Trawler Clean Trucker style hat. I'm not really sure why they call it Trawler, but that's what it is, Trawler. This one's actually a nice hat. It's not a bad hat. I could actually see myself wearing this kind of hat. I think I only got one of these, so this one will just, you know, go up for sale. So there's that one. Next one I got, you guys, I was actually kind of surprised a little bit. See, the fun part about traveling is you never know what hats you're going to find along the ways, because when you go to certain areas, you're thinking, oh, they're going to have maybe this kind of hat, this team or whatever, but you never know. One of the hats I found, and I'm not surprised, I found them in a sense since they were there. We have a Las Vegas Knights hat. This one actually has Vegas Golden Knights written out. It says hockey. This one is a Knights 21 NHL authentic hat. It has a strap back so you can pull it to your adjustable. It is by Fanatics. I like the colors overall. It's not my style, but I do know people like their dad hats. And then they also had the nice Golden Knights helmet style right here from Fanatics. This one says it's a NHL fan relax. This one's more of your dad hat style hat. So got a few of those ones. They got the black UV, of course, and these ones are nice hats. It's just not my style. Could I wear one? Yes, but for like working outside, gardening, stuff like that, that would be like my beat up hat, as they say, right? And speaking of beat up hat, but we also got the all navy dad hat. But the funny part about this one, guys, this is actually a youth adjustable hat. Now, I don't typically buy a lot of youth hats because my kind of line, per se, youth hats do not sell very well. So I typically don't buy a lot of youth hats. And I ended up picking this one up just because it was a good price. It's worth the risk. If it doesn't sell, I'm not really out that much money. This one is called the Youth Domestic Slouch Navy. Otherwise, dad hat, I guess. So it doesn't really have a brand, so I'm figuring it's just the NHL brand. It doesn't say Fanatics, it doesn't say anything. There you go, guys. Picked up a couple of these. And you know, the way things generally work in the hat world or sales, of course, the team wins, these will sell. And let's go to the other side on these Flex Fit adjustable hats, and we'll keep going. One hat I liked because I do have the fitteds on these ones, but we have the MILB Golpa hats for the Tacoma Rainiers, and this one is the Familia de Tacoma. So this one's actually really nice. I love how they have the paneling with the white and the navy, and then you got the red right there, or I guess the maroon color, so it looks good. Got a black sweatband, same color UV. This one is a large XL. These ones, I had to get them. They were a good deal. These ones are a large XL, and then I have one one medium large. So that's how it is, but these were a really good deal, so I had to pick them all up. Especially, like, I haven't heard anything official, but if the Marvel Avenger hats are coming in, I'm thinking that's going to replace the Golpa, and that these hats are going to get harder and harder to find. And for some people, they like these flex fit hats, so they don't really want the fitted, so these will be perfect for them. So pick them up. Okay, the next hat we got here, guys, let me make sure this is the normal one, but this is the Seattle Supersonics Mitchell&ness dad hat. Adjustable. I love picking up the Seattle Supersonics. I always have a good, sell-through rate on these guys, so they looks really good. And a lot of people still dig the old school style look. Now, some people want the Mitchell&ness, and yeah, that I understand. And they also come out with some Mitchell&ness fitteds, and I get that as well. But these are original, traditional, vintage style Mitchell&ness Supersonics. Good ones right there. The other funny part is I accidentally somehow picked up the Seattle Supersonics youth snapback hat for the Seattle Supersonics. So, if you want your kid to get on them, there you go. They make them for the youth as well. They got that off-color green. We got the green sweatband, so looks really good. It's really stiff, so you just got to work it in, but at least the brim is already curved. You don't have to worry about curving it already, but you just got to work in the crown right here because it feels a little stiff like a 5950, so it's going to be very good. And the fact that it's a snapback, your kid can wear it for a few years. All right, almost done. Next hat I found, and I don't pick up a lot of these, but if I get them for the right price, I usually do. But we got a Washington Huskies Zephyr Velcro. A lot of college teams, as you guys know, they have a lot of different kind of like manufacturing. Some of them use Nike, some of them do use New Era, some use Adidas, some use Zephyr. So it's just the way it is. I try to buy college teams only with New Eras or fitteds, but I do know people like these hats. I might have to have these for a while until next year since college football is almost over. This is a nice Washington Huskies hat. You got that gold W with the white outlining, gold eyelets, the button, gold UV with the gold sweatband. So this is actually a nice hat. Would I wear it? No, but I know, like I said, people like this kind of hats, and with the holidays coming up, you want to get that Washington Huskies person in your family, that kind of hat. The next one, you guys, now for you ladies out there, picked up this 920 Seattle Seahawks. Yes, of course, I always pick up a lot of Seattle Seahawks Velcro, so you can always adjust it. Very nice, navy black. Seattle's having a rough season, so these might be sitting for a little bit, but whenever I see hats like this, I still pick them up because you never know when things are going to change. Like the fact they got the lime green button and the lime green New Era flag. This one is just called the Women's Sideline Collection. So there you go. Almost done. We got a few more. Next one, this one is just very basic one. This one is the 920 Seattle Seahawks adjustable dad hat. Not bad. All navy, their traditional colors. You got the Seattle Seahawks MVP 47 adjustable, vintage, old school looking, so that's why the logo, of course, is like that. Kind of give it that ripped effect, as you say, without being like ripped. It's not showing the aspect that it's a new hat, but yet it is a new hat. So this one's called the Double Legend. So there you go. Fix it to your size. This one I actually like. If I had this one in a fitted, I would definitely be rocking it. Would I rock this hat? I'm not sure. I think if I had two of these, I actually would keep one of them. But we got the Seahawks old school all blue 47 right here. So I do like this one. I'm not a huge fan of this kind of messy looking logo, but I like the color itself. So if I found a fitted, I would keep it. I'd even keep a snapback. We got a 3930 small medium Green Bay Packers on field. This is the 2021 on-field collection. Probably be keeping that one for a minute because the Green Bay Packers, let's just say they're not that good. We also have a 3930 Cleveland Browns Salute to Service or Armed Forces. It says Salute to Service, so there you go. Got the American flag right there, the Browns. These ones are actually nice hats. I think I've had one of these, or do I just have a snapback? I can't remember. But I was able to pick up a couple of these ones. So I got the medium, large, and that is it. But Cleveland Browns, they are making a comeback, so I still sell a few here and there. And the last couple hats I have from the same team is we have, bam, the Denver Broncos reflective hat. This one is a small medium, 3930. I like this because when you actually like put it in light and stuff, you can actually see the background of the horse. You can see it like reflect out, and I've done that. Or you take it out in the sun, looks really good. You got Broncos in navy. They're kind of the Broncos traditional colors, but I always like their orange coloring myself. And black and black. This one is a small medium, and then we have a medium large. So those were some of the pickups I picked up on my Seattle, Oregon trip this past weekend. If you guys like any hats, of course, you guys can always hit me up on Instagram at SergioGPHC. I will be releasing some more videos coming up, so make sure you subscribe and you hit notifications. I will see you next time. All right, later guys, bye.